Good morning. Can we have some silence? We will begin shortly. No talking throughout the program. Please maintain silence. Thank you.
morning, sir. Please be seated.
Don't be afraid. Be focused. Be determined. Be hopeful. Be empowered. Michelle Obama. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Greenwood High's valedictory ceremony for the year 2022. My name is Aditi.
And my name is Shlok, and we will take you through today's graduation ceremony. Graduation day is always a day of rejoicing, for it marks the conclusion of an educational journey and the commencement of another more exciting part of a student's life. Truly, today signifies the culmination of many years of hard work in the relentless pursuit of knowledge. Knowledge that will enable a person to embrace opportunities and take on challenges with a clear vision and purpose. Let us begin today's ceremony with the lighting of the lamp.
Education is not the filling of a pail, but the lighting of a fire, said William Butler Yeats. The lighting of the lamp symbolizes not only new beginnings, but is also synonymous with wisdom, care, and hope for a brighter future. I request our chairman, Mr. Bijay Agarwal, the members of the Board of Trustees, and all our dignitaries to join us for the lighting of the ceremonial lamp. As the Sanskrit prayer goes, Shubham karoti kalyanam, arogyam dhana sampada, shatra buddhi vinashaya, deepa jyotir namostate. This translates to, I salute the Supreme who is the light in the lamp that brings auspiciousness, prosperity, good health, abundance of wealth, and the destruction of intellect's enemy.
A single lamp can light hundreds more, just as one person of knowledge can share that knowledge with many more, each of whom in turn can bring light into even more lives. Our principal, Mr. DeMello, will now lead us in prayer. I request you all to kindly stand up for the same.
Let us pray. O God, who has taught us that the way of progress is the way of fellowship and service, help us to realize our responsibility as members of this school. May nothing we do or say tarnish its good name. May loyalty among its members mark our common life. May the love of all good and honest flourish and abound. In all that we learn, help us to remember that the things of truest worth are those which bring us close to Thee. Bless, O Lord, this school and use it in all things according to Thy will. May Thy presence be ever within its walls. May it stand for always for all that is true, noble, lovely, and of good report. Grant that others may so gain from its life that many may bless thee for the day when it was founded, and that its work may be extended and continued for the generations yet to come. Please remain standing as we sing the school song.
Thank you, sir. Now I would like to invite Mrs. Neha Chand on stage to felicitate our chairman and the members of the Board of Trustees. Please be seated.
A very good morning to the august gathering present here today. It is indeed my proud privilege and great pleasure to welcome you to this momentous occasion of the valedictory ceremony of the batch 2021-22. We would like to felicitate our chairman, Mr. Bijay Agarwal, whose leadership skill and vision has helped Greenwood High to reach this zenith. Thank you, sir, for gracing this occasion. Please accept a small token of our appreciation. I now welcome Mrs. Neeru Agarwal, who has been a pole star for us at Greenwood High. Under her stewardship and her unique approach to education, Greenwood High has molded the young minds into leaders of tomorrow. Thank you, ma'am, for joining us today. With us here today, we also have Mr. Manas Mehrotra. I would also like to welcome Mr. P.K. Mishra, Member Board of Trustee, for joining us on this solemn occasion. Thank you, sir. We welcome you. I would like to extend a warm welcome to Mr. Louis Dias, Principal, Greenwood High, Bannerghatta, Mr. Nishant Nagawar, Vice Principal, Greenwood High International Curriculum, Ms. Vijayashree Samuel, Vice Principal, Greenwood High, Bannerghatta Campus. I would also like to welcome Mr. Srinivasan Ramachandran, our parent speaker for today's occasion. Welcome, sir. Last but not the least, I would like to welcome our principal, Mr. Aloysius de Mello, and our vice principal, Mrs. Elizabeth Joseph. They are the guiding light and the driving force for all of us here at Greenwood High. Once again, I would like to take this opportunity to welcome one and all present here today.
Thank you, ma'am. Lord Ganesha is the god of new beginnings, the destroyer of obstacles, and is deeply connected with intellectualism and knowledge. I would now like to call upon the students of grade 9 to grace us with a dance performance to invoke the divine blessings.
सबसे जाके मिलता और कहता मिलके सीता कभी विमान तकित चिंता है सबसे जाके मिलता और कहता मिलके सीता कभी विमान ताम तकित तकित से न ताम तकति विताम तकति विताम तकति विताम तकित चिंता सबसे जाके मिलता और कहता मिलके सीता कभी विमान तकित तलो तकित तकति तदो तकित तकति तदो तकित तकति विताम तकित चिंता तकित चिंता कभी विमान तकित चिंता सबसे मिलता और कहता मिलके सीता कभी विताम
Mr. Manas Mehrotra, Member Board of Trustees, has joined us for this solemn occasion. Mr. Manas has always given us a helping hand and has always been there for us. Thank you, sir. Please accept this small token of our appreciation. Thank you.
Now we have a speech by Jia Arunima Charak, a student representing the graduating batch 2021-22. Join me in welcoming her on stage to share her memorable experiences with us.
A very good morning to one and all present here. On this solemn occasion of the graduation of the class of 2021-22, I have been given the honor to stand before you today and express my gratitude. On behalf of the graduating class of 2021-22, I would like to thank our chairman, Mr. Vijay Agarwal, members of the Board of Trustees, Mrs. Neeru Agarwal, Mr. Manas Mehrotra, Mr. Jagannath Subarao, Ms. Adrija Agarwal, and Mr. P.K. Mishra, our principal, Mr. Aloysius De Mello, vice principal, Mrs. Elizabeth Joseph, and the principal of the Bannerghatta campus, Mr. Louis Dias, for their constant support and guidance. We, the students, are grateful for the holistic atmosphere created here at Greenwood High. I would also like to thank management for providing us with a wonderful campus with great facilities where we got to spend the best years of our lives. The graduation ceremony comes to us as a staggering reality check that 14 years of schooling are now coming to an end. Some of us entered Greenwood as young, impressionable children and were molded into well-rounded young adults thanks to the efforts of every teacher, right from LKG till grade 12. No amount of thanks will ever be able to convey our gratitude towards the teachers for shaping us into who we are today. For any student, the best memories made in school all have one thing in common: friends. I often think about the 2019 Teachers' Day celebration. A group of 10th graders set out to put on a show for their dear teachers and practiced a dance every day for a week. In the process, they ended up making the closest friends they would have in the coming years. This school has nurtured new friendships, and from these friendships, we created countless memories. Singing loudly on the bus rides on field trips, sharing rooms with our friends on class trips, hoping that the cafeteria served pasta for lunch, rushing to the sick bay after sports day practice to eat glucose powder, waiting all week for our PE periods, and cheering as loudly as we could for all our teachers when they performed on Children's Day. These are all memories that we will carry on with us for many years to come. When the pandemic hit in 2020, we were all caught unprepared. With classes moving online, we lost many of the things that complete the rich experience of Greenwood High. However, regardless of the tough times, we persevered as a school, thanks to the support and dedication of all the teachers. Every day, they joined our class meetings and taught us with patience and enthusiasm. The fun of the classroom was not entirely gone. There was always someone who was accidentally unmuted, or someone who was very obviously not paying attention in class, who gave all of us a good laugh. Greenwood High has never denied us any opportunities. Before the pandemic, we had the wonderful experience of organizing and partaking in our School Fest Ignite. Even with the school being conducted online, we were still given the chance to organize events. And in 2020, we had a very successful online Model United Nations. Our batch had online schooling for almost 2 years. We were struck with uncertainty, anxiety, and a longing for things to return to normal. During these times, our principal, Mr. Aloysius de Mello, and vice principal, Mrs. Elizabeth Joseph, always remained approachable and beyond helpful. I am grateful to the school for allowing us to return to campus and to spend the last few months of our school lives with our friends and teachers in person. It is difficult to digest the fact that our school days, and by extension our childhood, has come to an end. The past year has been full of lasts. Our last first day of school, our last school exams, our last Children's Day, the last time we would wear our uniforms, the last time we would ride in school buses. It is heartbreaking to think that the faces we saw every day in school and spent most of our days with will be scattered all across the world within a few months. It's a bittersweet feeling and a whirlwind of emotions that I know all my batchmates are feeling. Before I leave, I would once again like to thank our principal, Mr. De Mello, and vice principal, Mrs. Joseph, for all their support, and every teacher who has been a guiding spirit right from primary school. On behalf of the students of the Bannerghatta campus, I would like to thank the principal, Mr. Louis Dias, and vice principal, Mrs. Vijayashri Samuel, for their support. Finally, to my fellow graduates and friends, I would like to express my genuine appreciation and gratefulness to you all for completing the true experience of what school is. We as a batch faced a very unpredictable 2 years, but managed to help each other through it. It fills me with pride to be graduating with such able and talented individuals, and I wish all of you the very best for every opportunity the future holds for you. Thank you.
Thank you, Jia, for that speech. I'm sure it strikes a chord with all of us seated here today. I now request our principal, sir, to deliver his parting message to the graduating classes.
Good morning to our chairman, Mr. Bijay Agarwal, the members of the Board of Trustees, Mrs. Neeru Agarwal, Mr. Manas Mehrotra, Mr. Jagannath Subarao in absentia, Ms. Adrija in absentia, and Mr. P.K. Mishra, the staff of Greenwood High, parents, well-wishers, and to another great batch of the graduating students of May 2022. Every year, we unify all the inspirational ideas that surround graduation by giving all our actions a common theme. We draw this theme from the great circumstances that happen to surround us. By this, we stay connected to one central feature of education, staying contextually valid. This year, we hope to inspire you with the idea of navigating the waves of life. We draw this from the fact that we have been on a stormy sea, a storm the magnitude of which has rarely been witnessed before, an excruciating pandemic, and now a terrible war very close to us. We look back at some of the darkness lit up by beacons of hope, and we look forward to the possibility of a distant but an achievable land of peace, and have realized that the skills we need most are those that help us navigate all kinds of waves. The central metaphor and image of this year's graduation brings us to question about the value of education. And that very thought demands an answer to an even more fundamental question. What is education, and how does it help us to navigate through life? While it is customary to tell everyone to look forward to a higher education, I would like you to contemplate on some of the fundamentals that you have gained at Greenwood High. Your education has got you to contemplate the real world, take cognizance of the events in it, the dynamic nature of various relationships in it, personal, national, international, geopolitical, and then help fashion your own education with reference to the real world. The sense of enjoying an increasing level of autonomy in fashioning of your own formative education together with your peers and your teachers allow you to navigate difficult situations and challenges with a manner of functioning that is particular and special to you alone. However, it is not just the subject matter that gets tested in the examination papers that constitutes an education. This is where schools become important and cannot be replaced. And among schools, Greenwood High has distinguished itself by the very nature of the education it offers. What I'm referring to is an education that goes beyond excellence in knowledge and skills into excellence in disposition. This next paragraph, is specifically for grade 12. The first way I intend to bring this idea to you is by getting you to contemplate the conditions that you will witness when you are at university. It is a foregone conclusion that you have distinguished yourselves with the remarkable university placements that you look forward to, and some of you would have received, and by the very fact that you have access to privileged higher education. However, remember, when you are at university, you will realize that you are in a society where each constituent member is as intellectually gifted as you. What then would make the difference in education? The difference comes in disposition. The dispositions that will allow you to navigate the complex situations that come as a natural corollary to higher education. An astute reminder of our theme. What are these dispositions, and might they help distinguish you from the many? To answer this, I would like to bring to you some profound thoughts from the author Sheryl Sandberg. In an excellent document on an important disposition that helps all of us to navigate the difficult waves of life, she reminds her audience, you are not born with a fixed amount of resilience. It's like a muscle. You can build it up, draw on it when you need it, and in that process, you will figure out what you really are. And you just might become the best version of yourself. Sheryl Sandberg lost her husband suddenly on a vacation, and his death changed her in very profound ways. She learned about the depths of sadness and the brutality of loss. She also learned that when life sucks you under, you can kick against the bottom, break the surface, and breathe again. Sheryl said that she learned that in the face of the void or in the face of any challenge, you can choose joy and meaning. One important framework that can help us understand the negative forces that can affect us in difficult times is in the framework proposed by the psychologist Martin Seligman. He identified 3 P's that people tend to use to explain things that happen to them, and that often affects them deeply. They are personalization, pervasiveness, and permanence. They will be familiar to those who have been affected by the waves of difficult situations such as the pandemic. The first P, personalization, is the belief that we are at fault. This can be crippling. We should break away from this. We could break this when we realize that not everything happens to us because of us. Pervasiveness, the second P, the belief that an event or a problem will affect all areas of one's life. We get drawn into a negative spiral and refuse to act against it quite overwhelmingly. Your education should help you realize that the many things in your life that you are still under control, and these things will give you meaning to be there. The last, permanence, refers to a person's sense that gives circumstance and feeling is everlasting. We think that a bad situation, just like a terrible storm with its massive waves, will never cease. Again, the disposition that we have tried to inculcate in you over these last 2 difficult years is one that helps you realize that even unpleasant situations will come to an end. Resisting these 3 P's are a powerful way to navigate the most dangerous waves in life. They stand as a testament of permanent things that remain from education. Remember that the specific information learned in school is forgotten soon after. 10 years from now, you can laugh at this, nobody, including you, is likely to remember your grades. Your future employees don't care about your grades. Your future employees care that you have demonstrated enough focus, discipline, maturity, commitment, and mental resilience to stay at it through school and the 3 or 4 years in college. Children, make mental resilience a part of your equipment to use in life. Your alma mater, Greenwood High, has already taught you all these important things I have mentioned, particularly resilience. Your lives have been formed by the greatest teaching and support team in the city and one of the best in the country. Our school is the envy of others. There are those who wish to be like us. You, with your achievements, are the reason for this. And for this reason, I ask you to remember these teachers and the staff of this fine institution. We will remember you and think proudly of your achievements when you come and tell us about them. Visit us and tell us. Show us how these dreams that you had have now been woven into your future. In addition to your teachers, I ask you to never forget your families. Important members of your family are watching you online this morning. Keep all of them in your mind, as they have been with you on your voyage over calm seas and on the crest of great waves of life. Without their tireless love and support, there would be no navigation of waves but a sinking beneath them. Your family's hopes and their fears of you will be justly rewarded with your commitment to hard work ahead and to remembering them. Before I close, I would like to share with you a story which you would have heard many, many times, that will introduce you to another important idea that will help you move through life easily. Don't listen to discouraging and negative words. Here's my story. A group of frogs was traveling through the woods. Two of them fell into a deep pit. When the other frogs crowded around the pit and saw how deep it was, they told the two frogs there's no hope left for them. However, the two frogs decided to ignore what the others were saying, and they proceeded to try and scramble up the sides of the pit and then jump out of it. The frogs at the top saw the situation as helpless because of the steep sides and kept telling them to give up and resign themselves to fate. One of the frogs that tried hard scrambling up the side heard what they were saying, gave up, and fell to his death, while the other continued to work hard up to get out. The others at the top continued to advise him and to give up like the other one. However, with massive effort, he made it out. When he finally came out, the others crowded around him and asked him, "Did you not hear what we were saying?" He said, "I am deaf." A thought that was encouraging them all the time. He thought that they were encouraging him all the time. Listening to a chorus of discouragement and converting into a rally call could mean the difference between life and death. Allied to this sense of being self-reliant is the idea of using what you have gained in education at Greenwood High to fully develop our natural talents, to open our minds through the free exchange of viewpoints and ideas, to create a curious and hungry mind, to adapt to change and can even make change fun, to help find meaning in your life, to become active contributors to society, to make friends, establish valuable relationships, and finally to lead an enriching life of self-fulfillment. I trust you will remember the facets of your education that will continue to navigate the ways of life. To mark an end to my address this morning, I return to the question I posed in the beginning. What is an education? I think you will agree that it goes beyond knowledge and skills of the classroom, and I trust you see that we have given you this. We are confident that we have. May you always remain rooted in knowledge. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you, sir, for those encouraging and inspiring words. As you navigate through life, there may be times you feel your mind closing down or lacking inspiration. But remember that the power within us is greater than any fear that lies before us. With that, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our student choir to present their rendition of the song Power in Me.
Thank you for that wonderful song. When the waves of life crash down on you, pick yourself up, get ready for the next one, and ride it like you own it. I would like to invite the students of grade 9 on stage to illustrate the theme of today's ceremony, Navigate the Waves of Life.
You have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in your ability. You are capable of anything. You can achieve any dream. Please don't limit yourself. Don't live your life limited. It's not all sadness and misery. Life's a challenge, but you will succeed. Take control of how you feel in every circumstance. Work on yourself daily. Your story's far from done. The best is yet to come. To achieve, you must believe. You can live out all your dreams. Persevere, you'll make it through. What you need is all in you. When you believe, you will achieve. You can live out all your dreams. It's about time you knew the truth. You got the power all in you. No matter how you feel, you can learn from your pain. It's there to make you great. Your story's far from done. The best is yet to come. To achieve, you must believe. You can live out all your dreams. It's about time you knew the truth. You got the power all in you.
Thank you, students, for that beautiful performance.
Speaking on behalf of the parents, we have Mr. Srinivasan Ramachandran. Mr. Ramachandran graduated in MS Computer Science from Case Western Reserve University, Ohio. He is currently the Director of Customer Support at App Dynamics, which is a part of Cisco.
He takes a keen interest in artificial intelligence and aerospace. His daughter, Sinhayana Srinivasan, has been a part of the school since grade 1. She is currently in grade 12 and in the graduating batch of 2021-22. I request Mr. Ramachandran to please share a few words with the August gathering. Please join me in welcoming him for the parent speech.
Well, to start off with, I couldn't agree more with what Principal De Mello said about grades. When we hire people from outside, we're not looking at their 12th class grades. You come so far in life, you've done all the right things, That's why you're there in the interview. So I just wanted to just second that. Respected principal, all the teachers, staff members, parents, and the wonderful students of Greenwood High, a very good morning to all of you. When my wife received a call from the school 2 weeks back, saying the principal wanted to talk to her, her first reaction was to look at my daughter and think, dude, what did she do now? Did she get into some trouble? But palpitations turned to excitement when Principal Sir invited us, or me, specifically to be the guest parent speaker for this August function. So thank you very much, sir, for this opportunity. We will cherish it forever. I get reminded of my graduation day, 37 years back. Wow, that's been a while. But my school's glow in my heart shines even today. Our teachers in school play the role of parents outside of the house. So technically, we get molded by two sets of parents, one inside our home and other in school. Our teachers look at us like children who require hand-holding and shepherd us as our minds open up to the complexities of growing up. No other phase of engagement in life has this unique role embedded in it. It is the school years. All the basic tools and techniques of life get imparted here. My daughter Sinhana and my son Nidishwar have spent almost 10 to 12 years at Greenwood High. And amidst their several oohs and ahs and complaints about the school, especially about the lunch and so on and so forth, which I'm sure all you kids do have too, she still has the spark and shine in her eyes whenever she talks about her teachers. I know she's absolutely fond of Teresa ma'am and her trademark remark, "Goodness gracious, I'm getting gray hairs because of you guys." I still remember my son mimicking DeMello sir when he chided a student in the bus. "What, man? Do you think you're King Akbar?" And how Veera ma'am made all the students draw their own figures and made it her profile picture. Brilliant. Simply brilliant. How can we forget our dear counselor Ashima ma'am, who took out from her personal time to give us very timely inputs when we got stuck with university application. I can keep going on like this, but really, so many such fond memories and her excitement and genuine joy, whenever she speaks about her school, all tell me that the school must have done something right. Dear students, as you graduate today from high school, step out to the world and engage yourselves in college, business, job, etc., whatever be the case. There are few attributes or values which will help you deliver well on your responsibilities. I would like to highlight them here. The three important ethos are empathy, kindness, and inclusion. Many more such attributes can be listed here, which are equally important. As the three I list, but in today's world and age, I feel these three are very relevant. Empathy is the ability to understand someone else. One may choose to agree, disagree, or remain neutral after hearing the perspective. But to understand the context from others' view is very important to have a balanced outlook. Kindness is the ability to look and treat other forms of living and non-living entities, basically our universe, as part of us and treat all of it with love. Finally, inclusivity, which enables us to have a wide perspective and outlook so that we all get an opportunity to be heard. Exclusivity brings division. Inclusivity fosters empathy and kindness. So you see how those three are related. Like our ancients say, Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu, which means may all beings be happy and free, and to achieve that, we must practice the essence of life that the school has taught us. By the way, most of this speech was drafted by my wife, Lalita. When I showed her my original draft, which I still think was better, she very candidly remarked that I would put everyone to sleep in 30 seconds with that. But I am so glad to see that all the people here, including the esteemed staff, are wide awake and are able to listen to what I'm saying, so thank you. And God bless to all the people here.
Thank you, sir. Be bold enough to use your voice, brave enough to listen to your heart, and strong enough to live the life you've always imagined. I request our chairman, Mr. Bijay Agarwal, to lead the graduates' pledge and share a few words of wisdom with them.
Good morning to all. Student, please repeat after me, but very, very smiley way. Today is your day. We, the students of grade 10 and 12, batch of 2021-22, solemnly pledge to practice and preserve the values of integrity, dedication and determination, to stand by what is right always in our pursuit of purpose. We shall strive to uphold the virtues that have been taught to us at Greenwood High and help in influencing our society and the world at large. Thank you. Please sit down. Dear students, first of all, hearty congratulations to the class of 2022. I'm really proud of all your achievements, especially the way that you have rose to the challenge in yet another pandemic year. It has been a little over 2 years now, but we all know the COVID has turned the world upside down. Perhaps Socrates was right when he said, "All I know is that I know nothing." The crisis has proved that we must be willing to let go of preconceived notions of life and adapt to its changing circumstances. And you, dear students, have been the best example of this. You all have been truly inspirational and shown us how quickly and bravely you can transform yourselves in any adverse situation. Keeping in mind, you crucial exam year, you studied online and took readily to changing formats of education, changing syllabi, and even evaluation models. I think I speak for all of us here today when I say that we truly have a lot to learn from you all. It has not been easy at all, but I am glad the pandemic has not stopped your determination or will to succeed and not made you put your dreams on hold. In the past couple of years, we have learned the meaning of gratitude for the simple joys we enjoy and sometimes take for granted. The air we breathe, food on the table, a roof over our heads, and family and friends who really love us. The pandemic has taught us to appreciate the unsung heroes amongst us, the medical fraternity, scientists, the social workers, army rescue teams, police personnel, cleaners and sweepers, and so many more. Always remember that our welfare depends on the welfare of those around us. Let us learn the lessons of compassion, caring for less fortunate, and genuinely helping the underprivileged. Let us try to be the rainbow in someone else's cloud. Dear students, please use your life to lift others. Education is a great leveler and enabler. It gives you the power to change the course of not just your life, but others too. Success can be waiting just around the corner. But remember that failure too is a great teacher. Tell yourself, I have not failed. I have simply discovered 10,000 ways that don't work. Don't you think saying, I ran a half marathon sounds so much better than I quit halfway through a marathon? Every dead end that you hit is life's way of saying it's time to change course. Remember, what lies behind you and what lies in front of you pales in comparison to what lies inside of you. Don't be nervous. If someone is driving ahead of you, the world is round. Just think that you are driving first. To end, I would like to thank our principals, vice principals, our dedicated and selfless teachers, our dear students, and the entire Greenwood family. You have all worked endlessly during this pandemic to be our guiding light, our strength, and our anchor. We could not have done this without you. I would like to leave our teachers with this quote: the mediocre teacher speaks. The good teacher explains. The superior teacher demonstrates. But the great teacher inspires. Wishing you all the best always and good luck. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
From the brightly colored shirts to the unadjustable tie and belt, from the lame excuses to dodge homework to the lively sharing of tiffin, from the long lines of the cafeteria to the biscuits and juice during the break, all those experiences shared with everyone, including those faithful friends and favorite teachers, many classes, many sections, innumerable friends, a multitude of teachers, one school, a million memories.
Please welcome the graduating batch of this year to take us down their memory lane with the song History.
You gotta help me. I'm losing my mind. Keep getting the feeling you wanna leave this all behind. Thought we were going strong. I thought we were holding on. Aren't we?
No, they don't teach you this in school. My heart's breaking and I don't know what to do. Thought we were going strong. I thought we were holding on. Aren't we?
You and me got a whole lot of history. We can be the greatest team that the world has ever seen. You and me got a whole lot of history. So don't let it go. We can make some more. We can live forever.
All of the rumors,
All of the fights, we always find a way to make it out alive. Thought we were going strong, thought we were holding on, aren't we? You and me got a whole lot of history. We can be the greatest team that the world has ever seen. You and me got a whole lot of history. So don't let it go. We can make some more. We can live forever.
having fun in class and science labs, playing in the sun or having fun and the good times and our laughing lines.
Yeah, they mean everything, 'cause the truth is out. I realize that without you here, life is just a lie. This is not the end. This is not the end. We can make it, you know it, you know. You and me got a whole lot of history. Ooh. We can be the greatest team that the world has ever seen. You and me got a whole lot of history. Ooh. So don't let it go. We can make some more. We can live forever. So don't let me go. So don't let me go. We can live forever. Baby, don't you know? Baby, don't you know? We can live forever.
That was amazing. I would now like to invite Mrs. Marlene Charles to propose the vote of thanks.
A very good morning to one and all present here. Cultivate the habit of being grateful for every good things that comes to you and give thanks continuously. Ralph Waldo Emerson. It is indeed an honor to propose the vote of thanks. I take this opportunity to extend a sincere thanks to our chairman, Mr. Bijay Agarwal, for being with us today. Sir, you have always been generous with your time when the school needs you, no matter what. Your presence has made this occasion memorable for the graduates. I would like to express our hearty thanks to our members of the Board of Trustees, Mrs. Neeru Agarwal, Mr. Manas Mehrotra, Mr. P.K. Mishra, Mr. Jagannath Subbarao, and Ms. Adrija Agarwal in absentia, for always being there with us and offering timely help, guidance, and support. I also extend my heartfelt thanks to our principal, Mr. Aloysius de Mello, for being the catalyst that stimulates us to do our best and for standing as a pillar of strength. A special thanks to our Vice Principal, Mrs. Elizabeth Joseph, for the meticulous planning and a bird's eye for details. Ma'am, You have always been the source of encouragement for all of us. I wish to thank Principal of Bannerghatta, Mr. Louis Dias, IB Vice Principal, Mr. Nishant Nagwar, and Vice Principal of Bannerghatta, Mrs. Samuel, for your presence today. I would also like to thank our administrator, Mr. Krishna, and his entire team for their excellent planning and dedicated work. My thanks is due to the Transport Department for transporting all of us safely to school and back home. I wish to extend my thanks to the cafeteria for always providing us with delicious and healthy food. I take this opportunity to thank the hostel wardens for taking such good care of the hostel students and providing a supportive family environment, a home away from home. For the tender, loving care and concern shown to students who visit the sick bay, I thank Nurse Valsamma and her team. I would also like to thank the supporting staff who contributed their share to the success of today's program. I shall be failing in my duty if I don't express my thanks to all the parents. It is your dream that has brought these graduating students thus far. Dear graduates, life is about moving on, accepting changes, and looking forward to what makes you stronger and more complete. Doesn't matter how many times life drags you down. Never stop like the waves of the ocean. Every day has a new beginning, a new blessing, and a new hope. So, take a deep breath and start again. Once again, I would like to thank one and all for being with us today. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. We will now begin with the distribution of mementos and certificates for the graduating students. I request our chairman and our principal to kindly come up on stage for the same.
Good morning to all. We shall start with the graduating students of grade 12, 2021-22. Dhruva Shri, Nilashma Nandi, Anvi Ravi, Rebecca Nicole Dias, Sanchita Sendil, Ananya Ramesh Vutukuru, Monica Mahendra Babu, Tia Khandelwal, Kriti Mohanty, Jia Arunima Charak, RC Suresh, Palak Raj, Priyanka Bhandari, Dishita Ramesh, Satmay Sridhar, Urvi Shah, Sanvi Shekhar Sahu, Anya Michael Manyakunal, Diya Sharda, Naina Singh, start. Aditi Agrawat, Stuti Mukherjee, Hari Keshav Manohar, Adyan Agrawal, Arjun Unikrishnan, Devyani Nambiar, Ishika Bharadwaj, Meghna Golapudi, Malvika Jacob, Jia Shekhar, Pooja KB, Sinhena Srinivasan, Gunda Srilasya, Ashpreet Kaur, Anselin Biju Palekal, Pratiksha Babu, Nirata Narayanan, Muskan Naresh Sadnani, Akshata Nipani, Shagun Harlalka, Rachit Junjanwala, Shaurya Singh Rathod,
Pranav Sinha, Aryan Adhikari, Nandish Hiremat, Vansh Jain, Siddharth Patak, Deepro Chatterjee, Sarthak Khandelwal, Joel Abraham Topil, Amanveer Singh Gill, Shaure Kakade, Gautam Shivkumar, Sandeep Bhaskar, Aditya Mahadevan, Pradyut Baduri, R. Yatish Reddy, Gaurav Anil Nair, Gagan N. Bangaragiri, Akshat Bansal, Ryan Adhikari, Joshua Rajesh Tachil, Maitreya Mula, Sudarshan Srinivasan, Manas Shaktivel, Rohit Anthony Binu, Shaurya Kina, Simar Sharma, Noel Rodriguez, Ansh Dalmia, Pratik Mahesh, Aniket Veeramani, Sarthak Satpati, Arnav Samdyan, Geetesh Veeravalli, Abhiram Guna, Dhruv Bandhu, Tanay Kapoor, Shubhank V. Samat Pavan. Samat Jain. Sushant Kantukuri. Now I request Ms. Animita Malik and Ms. Smita Maku to announce grade 10 names.
Advika Balachandar. Eva Rose Chedalan. Suchishmita Roy. Tushita Karthikeyan. Rene Gupta. Kavya Dasgupta. Maithili Iyer. Raima Nanda. Harita Reddy. Hiral Chaudhary. Ananya Kini. Danvi Gaura. Arushi Balaji. Naina Agarwal. Khushi Roshni Adar. Dhruva Sridhar. Rehan Bahadur. Jonathan Jacob Uramvelil. Tanay Jain. Chirag Joseph Kandrikal. Nitish Thupili. Vignesh Ganesh, Aryan Aditya Akarsh, Kshitij Gupta, Ishan S, Arnav Kapoor, K.R. Surya, Samuel Matthew Cherian, Kanha Dang, Aryan Eshwar, Rohan Senthil, Krishnami Rahul Nibande, Noora Zara Safir, Ria Dangeti, Pranati Agarwal, Asmi Mittal, Lara B. Uppal, Naina Gupta, Bhumika Rai, Namrata Reddy, Misha Surinder, Shairika Kundu, Nayantara Nair, Trisha Ghosh. Wait. Go, Trisha, go. Trisha, go. Simran Bhargava. Shrija Tota. Kyati B. Tvisha Soin. Ada Narula. Asmi Mishra. Sharanya Singhal. Kunal Vinod. Chetan Reddy. Ansh Kundu. Tejas Nelivigi. Shayan Mitra. Siddharth Malladi. Abhay Agarwal. Vansh Gupta. T.N. Prajit. Sudeep Sriram Iyer. Namaste, Sudeep. Nishita Verma. Ankita Tirun. Sarjani Rai. Advita Mehrotra. Arushi Kataria. Kaira Joshi. Zoya Nizar, Larissa Bansal, Anya Neeraj, Prarthana Bhatt, Ashi Agrawal, Rishabh Biswas, Nitish Krishnan, Arnav Kulshrestha, Dhruv Oje, Aryan Kumar, Dhiren V. Reddy, Arnav Chandra, Kanav Dang, Kartik Ghoshal, Arnav Goel, Advay Nihil, Syed Sam, Pranav Raghuraman, Siddhi Birla, Preksha Manjari GH, Himani, Isha Sai Nerasimham, Anushi Biswas, Anusha Madan, Shivani Srinivasan, B. Sri Vaishnavi, Smriti Sriram, भूमिका नायक, कीर्तना एस, तनिष आर सुरगेहल्ली, उज्जवल पॉल, अनिकेत गंटा, आरव गुप्ता, आदित्य वी जैन, आदित्य रमेश, अभिनव गोयल, मिहिर वशिष्ठ, व्यास विश्वनाथ, सिद्धार्थ दर्शी, अरमान रॉय, ऋत्विक प्रीतम, जयजीत माझी, नीरव, ऋषभ ए कशलकर,
निवृत्ति अंकिरेड्डीपल्ली, सृष्टि सुदर्शन, ईशा मदन, मेघना यरगल्ला, राधिका सोनी, अवनी कश्यप, महालक्ष्मी मणिकानंदन, अवनी कश्यप, महालक्ष्मी मणिकानंदन, दिया जयशंकर, नयना सीबू नायर,
Naren Karthik Kandasamy, Kushanka Mitra, Tarun Atreya, Adarsh Prasanna, Chirayu Nilesh Chaudhary, Kiran Suraj, what is your name? Aryan Singh, Adi Kanan, Nihal Nimagada, Adi Kumar, Dhruv Nair, Yashash Kera, Adit Bardia, Shreyaj Pal Chaudhary. Anashri Mahato, Vedika Jindal, Anaya Riyawaz, Aishani Aich, Riya Bhandari, Ishika Gupta, Arunima Singh, Kriti Jain, Shreya Mohanty, Tanisha Murugan, Nandita Sharma, Daksha CM, Arunima Chakraborty, Amulya Shri Rao, Shivya Sharma, Tejasmita Potluri, Bhuvi Bharadwaj, Akshat Satyadev, Aryan Jatalia, Arnav Sharma, Arush Ved, Anshuman Anand, Soham Sandeep Nafre, Anirudh Nagraj, Aditya Ganesh, Advait Garg, Ved Chug Shroff,